Well, hello. Today is Thursday, my new weigh-in day, Thursday, July 8th, and this is my 100% commitment in July month. So I stayed on plan 100% of the time, except for one day, which was last Friday, which was my anniversary. Went a little off, but as I've been told that points don't count on your anniversary or your birthday. Oh, would that be the perfect world if that was true? But anyway, let's see how I did. I did really well. I lost 1.4. So I proved to myself that I can get back on track 100% of the time. And I also proved that I could go out and have a little bit of fun on my anniversary and still have a weight loss. So I lost 1.4 for a total loss of 78.8. I'd like to get back to that 80 pounds, and so I'm shooting for 1.8 or 1.2 for next week, at least, so I can get at least back to my 80 pounds, because that was my goal, was to never drop below the 80 pounds, which I did last week really badly. So I'm working my way back. I had a huge gain last week, so I'm happy with the 1.4 loss. But this week, the talking about make time for joy. It's I'll be happy when I lose weight. How many of us have said that? I know I've said that my whole life. You know what? As soon as I get to this particular number, I'm going to be happier. And I just got done telling you that I want to get back to 80 pounds. It's not going to make me any happier than I am right now. It's just going to make me feel a sense of accomplishment that that I can reach the small, tiny little goal of 1.8 or 1.2 loss for the next week. I know I can do it. I proved to myself that I can do it, so I know I'm going to do it. The train of thought is totally normal, but studies show that pressing pause on your happiness doesn't serve your wellness goals. So making time for joy, even if it's only for a few minutes a day, is actually a strategic way to be more successful on your weight loss journey. I consider myself very successful this week. My granddaughters, Alyssa and Sophia, came to spend a couple days with me. They called me the other day and asked if they could come and stay here. I told them, of course. Last night we went and they had McDonald's. I came home and had a very healthy dinner. I had some chicken and cottage cheese and a tomato and some pineapple and a sugar-free pudding for dessert. I'm not lying. If it was June 30th, I would have had McDonald's. I would have had a Big Mac combination with probably a hamburger too, just to top it off. But I was very content with what I had. This morning, my son, who's on vacation, called me and told me that he doesn't have power in his neighborhood, and they don't project it coming back on until tomorrow night, so 48 hours. So he asked me if I would go and pick up his freezer food. So I left early this morning with the girls, and we went and got the food, and then on the way back we stopped at Taco Bell, and I didn't get anything. Nothing. And then the guy in front of me, I could hear him, he was ordering the chicken quesadilla. That's my go-to order at Taco Bell, is the chicken quesadilla. Speaking of my granddaughter, she's taking a shower. She wanted to know what shampoos she could use. Anyway, so I had to go there and we picked that up, and I didn't get any Taco Bell. The chicken quesadilla is my go-to. That, and well, they don't make them anymore, but the Mexi Melts were mine. The chili cheese burrito was another one that was my favorite. But they got rid of those. So, but anyway, didn't get anything. So really proud of myself. But they tell you that if you got to think of things that you want to do, make a list of activities that you love to do, included some of your favorites that you think that you don't think you have time for, but you can always schedule a time to do them. And will they make you happier? Because I think that sometimes we put off. How many of us have not had our picture taken in how long because we didn't want to see what we look like? How many of us had a picture taken of us and we saw it and thought, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have let them take that picture. But I think that you're depriving yourself. When I look back now, I don't really have that many pictures of myself when I was heavy. So anytime you see on my channel, you're going to probably see the same ones over and over, and it's just, I don't know why I let somebody take my picture at that point. But it's a good reminder. It really is a good reminder of how far you've come if you compare yourself to pictures that you've taken when you were heavier. But these are some things that they want you to try to prioritize something that you find fulfilling. List activities you enjoy doing and some that you think you might enjoy doing. If it's just yourself, do you like to paint? Do you like to read? I love to read. Summertime reading is my jam. I'm telling you, I sit out in my patio, or if I'm on vacation, I sit on the beach and I just read and read. I can read a book a day. I love to read. So that's a good activity. And when I'm reading, it does keep me from eating because it's too hard to hold a bag of chips, try to dig your bare hand into the chips, and then turn the pages of the book. It really is. And so I find that if I read, it keeps me from eating. I can very easily pick up my water jug and drink water, but I'm not going to eat when I'm doing that. If you're with your crew, host a game night. Go to a concert. When I'm with my crew, we go out to eat. My downfall is there are always healthy options on the menu. There always is. No matter what restaurant you go to, you can always find a healthy option. You can always ask them on a favorite dish to change it up a little bit to make it a little bit healthier for you. They always will do whatever they can to please you. A lot of times if you tell them you have an allergy to something, then they kind of make a special point of not putting, like if you say I'm allergic to garlic, they make sure that they don't put the garlic oil and things like that on your food. But and the Weight Watcher app has the restaurant app that you can go on there to find. So but it's been so long since we've all been able to get together, so now it's a nice time that we can finally get together. We should try to think of something that's healthy that we can do as a group. It's fun, that doesn't involve food. It's kind of hard, but even if you involve food, you can always have like a vegetable platter, and even if you use the dip, like 2 tablespoons of dip is only 3 points. That's not a lot of points considering how much 3 tablespoons of dip is. That's 2 tablespoons rather of dip is. That's a lot of dip. It really is. It's more than sufficient just to dip like a carrot stick or something in it. You're not going to smear the carrot stick with the dip. You're just going to dip in just that little bit of a taste, and that's ready. Another thing you can do is say, I'm ready to help others. You can donate supplies or mentor a child. I try to pay it forward when I go places as much as I can. Food bank, I always like to donate food to the food bank. I just do it because it makes me feel good. It brings me joy. It really does bring me joy. When we were on our trip to Frankenmuth last Friday, somebody had brought us, paid for our ice cream. I had so much joy out of that. It was just so nice, the kindness of a complete stranger who for no reason at all just decided to pay for my husband and my ice cream cone. So that was nice. And the last thing is I'm taking care of my health. Cooking a meal or heading to a yoga class. I love going for my walks. Now that I got my planter's wart taken off my foot, I can enjoy my walks. Now if it would just stop raining long enough so that I can go for a walk, that would be great. I did try a new meal this week. I did a cucumber salad, which I just really loved. I really enjoyed that. Might tweak it up a little bit. The only thing is, like, I used apple cider vinegar because that's all I had, although the recipe called for regular white distilled vinegar. I think next time I'm going to try it with the white distilled. The apple just kind of gave it a little bit too much tang, but it was still very good. I really did like it. And then think to yourself, when, where, and how often and how long will I do what I want to do? And be realistic about it. Don't say that you're going to go out and walk 3 miles today, when you know darn well you might only walk a mile. Be happy that you walked a mile. If you really want to get 3 miles in a day, just say, in the morning I think I'll walk a mile. Maybe in the afternoon I'll walk a mile, and then after dinner I'll walk a mile. At least get that first mile in. That's all you need to do. And just know that you've accomplished something. And pair an activity from step 1 with a time from step 2. Will you stick to the same thing every time or try different activities? Okay, step 1 was to read and step 2 was to go to a concert. Well, you can't do that. Oh no, step 1, excuse me. Step 1 was to list an activity you like, and step 2 is figure out when, where, and how often you're going to do it. That makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? Like I said, I like to walk in the morning. I do not walk to lose weight. I walk to keep my mind straight for the day. When I get up in the morning and then go for my walk, it just puts my whole frame of mind in a really better place. And I just know that, I don't want to mess this up. I just went for a walk. And I don't need to eat all that extra food. It just puts me in a really good frame of mind, and it just gives me a sense of accomplishment. And then the third thing they say is schedule it. Yes, literally, schedule it. Add it to your calendar so it becomes a priority. Have a backup plan in place in case something gets in the way so you still can make time to do it. Like I said, my feet hit the floor in the morning, I get ready, I get dressed right away, and I go for my walk. I don't need to, that's kind of like my schedule. I just know I'm going to get up in the morning, go for my walk, come home, get on with my day. So that way I do schedule it. And to dive a little deeper, they say, if your calendar is full of things you have to do, but not a whole lot of things you enjoy doing, why are you doing that? You know, we got to go to the doctors. We got to pick up the kids from this practice. We got to go here. We got to go to this. You know, those are like things that you really have to do, that you have no choice. If you have a doctor's appointment, you need to make that doctor's appointment. You need to go to the doctor's appointment. But sometimes if you don't schedule like going for a walk, you're just going to think, well, you know, the only thing I have on my schedule today is to go to the doctor's. Schedule the walk in there too. You may think you'll be happy after you reach all your goals, which is totally normal, but studies say it works the other way around. When people are happier, it can help them reach their goals. Making time for the things you enjoy, even if it's just for a few minutes a day, is actually a strategic way to make your journey easier. To make time for things you enjoy, make it a priority. Also, that must mean that you need to schedule it on your calendar. I have been the happiest I've been in a long time in the last 4 years. I don't like being on a diet, so I don't consider it a diet. I just consider it, this is the way I'm going to eat for the rest of my life. I eat the foods I enjoy. I prioritize when I'm going to eat out and try to make smarter choices. I haven't always done that in the past, but I am human. But it's not something that I deliberately sabotage myself with all the time. It's something that I really do make every effort to follow my joy. And I really think I have a lot of joy in my life. I really do. The recipe is for, let me flip it over here because my computer is kind of slow. Well, it's not that my computer is slow. It's like the girls are here, and so they're on their devices too. So there's a lot being drained off the internet. But it's for a barbecue chicken, corn, and slaw salad, which just looks like a regular salad. So, but I will put the recipe in the description box down below, and it's pretty easy. It's just a packaged coleslaw, a scallion, some reduced fat ranch dressing, your chicken breast, your barbecue sauce, and some corn kernels. But anyway, 1.4 loss. I'm really happy with that. So find your joy, stop waiting, get to your goals. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, and share it if you think somebody might like to see this. As always, stay safe.